Hi there, I am Kit Cassingham, founder of and Chief Energizing Officer at Live in Focused Energy. The other day, I asked myself a question. I even wrote it in my little idea book. The question was, is mental flexibility reflected in physical flexibility? Now, this is the first time I've asked a question, presented an idea where I didn't really know the answer. So I went and did some research, and that was fun. I like puzzling things out, and that took care of it. So this is my first live stream where I had to do some research. So the quick answer is sort of. The longer answer will flow or follow in the rest of this video. Maybe the question halves are reversed. Maybe the question more correctly or accurately is physical flexibility reflected in mental flexibility? So I'll keep talking and see what kind of answers you come up with. And by the way, when I talk about flexibility, I'm talking mental, physical, and emotional flexibility. Okay, so physical activity is good for the mind and the memory because it gets the blood pumping which through the brain, and that increases the vascularization of the capillaries, which is a long way of saying you get more nourishment, oxygen, food, glucose, etc. going through the brain. And you know that that's good for you. All that vascularization, all that increased blood flow increases your white matter, which is connected to, that's the communication lines inside your brain. Poirot always talks about the little gray cells. Well, he should also have talked about the little white cells, it seems. So the more white matter you have, let me back that up. When you've done more physical activity, you have more white matter, and you have a larger brain volume. So being physically active gives you more potential for being smarter. Interesting idea. We could use some of that these days in this world of ours. But anyway, flexibility, it turns out, is one key to health and happiness. Now, one of the catches is that flexibility decreases with age and sedentary lifestyle. So if you're sedentary, you're losing the white cells or white matter and your brain capacity. And actually, I don't know if it shrinks, but you're not growing it. And if you're getting older, that's also happening. And it's an interesting vicious cycle that I see, because when you get sedentary and or older, you lose flexibility. You're not, so you don't want to move as much. Your health deteriorates. You're not feeling as good. And then when you're not feeling well, you're even less inclined to be physically active, to be physically flexible. And you can see how that just spirals down, down, down. Antidote? Be physically active daily. And I'm going to say just be active daily, because you want a flexible, healthy mind, body, and emotional body. So get out there and move. Remember, I like to do that. Move, 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 move. That's going to keep you younger, smarter, healthier. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Much cheaper than visits to the doctors or the meds that you may buy. All right. We're working on getting more physically active. And if you're doing a variety of physical activities, you keep the flexibility in more body parts. Okay? And if you're staying more mentally active, doing a variety of things, your brain stays more flexible. Always working a crossword puzzle doesn't create flexibility. So do the myriad things that exercise your brain to keep it flexible. And I think emotional flexibility just comes from physical and mental activity and flexibility, but it probably also is supported by spending more time with more people. I started recognizing, though I didn't understand it for a little while, when my mom's dementia was slowly getting to her, because she became more emotionally rigid. She all of a sudden had a list of people she hated. I almost got whiplash the first time she started talking about the people she hated, because in my childhood, I don't recall her ever hating people. Well, it turns out that is a sign of dementia. Well, that's also a sign of emotional rigidity. And Mom, because of her scoliosis, had quit playing tennis, and she and Dad walked less and less around Veely Lake. So I guess it makes sense that she got emotionally inflexible. You don't want that. You don't want to become, well, I don't think you do. I hope you don't. You don't want to become one of those cranky old people who just deserves to be cranky. Those cranky old people don't really want to be cranky. They have just lost flexibility. I have a quote I would like to share that may help answer the question. Older adults who engage in physical activity have more active brains than those who are not active. That makes sense. That creates greater cognitive health. And when you have cognitive health, you're aware enough of yourself and your surroundings to start making changes and to take care of yourself. So start now. Be physically active. Be mentally active. Be emotionally active. Have strong cognitive health. So as I've talked this through, I guess mental flexibility is reflected in physical flexibility, and it's the other way around as well. And I hadn't been clever enough to think about the emotional flexibility or the cognitive health. So, all right, yes. I think the answer is absolutely yes. Get out there and move. Be active. Be healthy. I am Kit Cassingham with Live in Focused Energy. I will see you tomorrow. By the way, I'm almost through 30 days of doing these live streams. I'm having a great time. I hope you're learning something. Please leave a comment below and let me know what kinds of thoughts you have, questions, ideas. All of those are thoughts. I will see you tomorrow. Good night.